Hey there, Pam Giganti here to talk to you about the new Creative Memories circle cutter. And this one is, in addition to our custom cutting system, which is awesome, this one has a rotary blade, which will give you a beautifully smooth cut all the way around. There is a little bit of a learning curve with this because it's a little different. There is a dial here that you loosen, and the white measurements here on the bottom, that is your cutting diameter for the circle that you want to cut. So for example, if I want to cut a 4-inch circle, I'm going to move the black line over to 4 inches, and then I'm going to tighten this down, and then I'm ready to cut. Now, it does take a little bit to figure out where you're cutting on your paper. What I suggest you do, which was an idea from consultant Megan Jacks, these black lines are great. They're on both sides for lining up in one direction. But then I just took a Sharpie and I put a mark on the center of either side so that I can figure out roughly on my cutting surface. I can get things centered up. I can make sure I'm not going off the page. And I can get a layout, put the circle roughly right where I want it. So I'm going to share with you here. Now, this little knob here, the button here, that is the center of the circle that you're going to cut. And when you're cutting, this needs to be down completely, and your pressure here keeps everything where it needs to be on the paper. So the other thing is, this is a smooth surface, and you're going to see what is going to happen when I turn it. My mat might move a little bit. Now, you can get some of that shelf liner that's the grippy type, put that under your mat, and you won't have that problem. So I just wanted you to know, yes, that'll happen. Now, so this is what holds everything in place as far as the paper and where you're cutting. This is where your blade is. And right now, my blade is not engaged, so I can do this all day long. Now, one of the reasons you might want to do this is to make sure you're not going off the page before you make your cut. The other thing that I have discovered, and what I like to do, is I like to start it with the little white button towards me. And that gives me the greatest amount of movement ability when I'm cutting. So because it's a rotary blade, and it's just like our trimmer, the blade is up there. To engage the blade, you push this in, and that engages the blade. You do have to apply pressure here to hold the paper down, and you need to push the blade in as you're holding the button down. So here we go. I'm pushing, and there I have a circle, right? And it's a nice circle, and it's nicely cut, and it kind of reminds me of the trimmer. I like to say, cuts like butter, right? So again, I want to cut another circle. Again, I'm pushing here, applying pressure, holding the white button in and applying pressure, and around we go, and there we have another circle. And this is, I wanted 4-inch circles. Now, another thing you can do, and this, again, I thank Megan Jacks for doing a cute video on this. Cute, helpful. So I know I want my 4-inch circle, right? So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Okay. and I messed up because I wasn't supposed to lift up the paper. So let me try it one more time. Yikes. All right, so I want my 4-inch circle. Now don't lift up the pressure, keep the pressure on here. So I've cut my 4-inch circle, and now I want to make a ring. So I'm going to slide this in 2 clicks, maybe, yeah, 2 clicks. So that's 2/10 of an inch. I'm going to tighten it again. Now I haven't let up the pressure. I'm going to push this down. I'm going to turn again. And then I have my 4-inch circle, but I also have a ring. How about that? So the key to that is when you cut your first circle, you're applying your pressure here. You cut your circle. Don't let up pressure. Just loosen the white bar and slide it into where you want it. Tighten it again so the paper has not moved, and then cut again. And that's how you get your perfect rings, which look good together. So there's your tip on the other thing I want to mention to you is sometimes you go, oh, I've cut these circles and I've wasted my paper. No, you haven't. You you use that, you cut like a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch off of 2 sides, and then you have a nice mat for your page that coordinates with the circles you just cut. So think about that as a way to not think of wasting paper. Think of it more like I'm cutting circles out of the back of a paper that I'm using as a mat. So there's your tips for today. I love this new circle cutter, and I think you're going to love it too. And let me know. Show me what you're doing with it. Thanks.